Welcome to Paragon Multimedia, your one-stop destination for insightful and thought-provoking content. We pride ourselves on producing videos that not only entertain but also educate and inspire. Our mission is to provide you with tools and strategies designed to enhance your life, both personally and professionally. Today, we continue our series on mastering work-life balance, a topic that's been on everyone's lips and minds. Whether you're a workaholic struggling to find time for personal life, or someone who is trying to be more productive at work, this series is for you. So sit back, relax, and let us guide you on this journey towards achieving the perfect work-life balance. And remember, if you enjoy our content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Let's get started. Welcome back to our series on mastering work-life balance. It's a subject that's not just close to our hearts, but also significant to our overall well-being. In our first episode, we delved into the essence of work-life balance, unraveling its importance in our daily lives. We explored how this delicate equilibrium affects our mental and physical health, productivity, relationships, and overall happiness. We also revealed the grim repercussions of neglecting this balance, from burnout and chronic stress to strained relationships and diminished quality of life. But it wasn't all doom and gloom. We introduced you to the idea that achieving a healthy work-life balance is not an insurmountable task. With the right strategies, it's entirely within your grasp. We discussed the initial steps towards this balance, setting the foundation for the more in-depth strategies we'll tackle in the upcoming episodes. Now that we're all caught up, it's time to dive deeper into the art of balancing work and life. Work-life balance isn't just about feeling less stressed. It has serious implications for our health and happiness. Imagine a scale. On one side is your professional life, and on the other, your personal life. When these two are not in equilibrium, the scale tilts and things start to tumble. That's when we begin to experience the impact of an unbalanced life. First, let's talk about the psychological impacts. Burnout is a state of emotional, mental, and often physical exhaustion brought on by prolonged or repeated stress. It's not just a buzzword, it's a real condition that can lead to decreased productivity, cynicism, and feelings of detachment from your job. When your work-life balance is skewed, burnout isn't far behind. Stress is another major player in the psychological impact of poor work-life balance. Chronic stress can lead to anxiety, depression, and a host of other mental health issues. It can make it difficult to concentrate, negatively impacting your performance at work. But it doesn't stop there. It can also seep into your personal life, straining relationships and diminishing your overall quality of life. Moving on to the physical impacts, research shows that poor work-life balance can lead to an array of health issues. These include heart disease, high blood pressure, and weakened immune system, to name a few. When we're overworked, we often neglect our physical health, skipping meals, not getting enough sleep, and forgoing regular exercise. Our bodies are not designed to be in a constant state of stress and overwork. Let's not forget the impact on our happiness. When we're constantly juggling work and personal life, it's hard to find time for the activities that bring us joy. This lack of leisure time can lead to feelings of dissatisfaction and unhappiness. In essence, an unbalanced life can lead to a ripple effect, impacting not only our mental and physical health, but also our relationships and overall happiness. It's a steep price to pay for neglecting work-life balance. Clearly, the stakes are high when it comes to work-life balance, so how can we get it right? To answer that question, we've turned to the experts. In our quest to understand the art of achieving a balanced life, we've sought the wisdom of those who've been there, done that, and lived to tell the tale. These are the industry experts, the psychologists, the successful professionals. Each has their own unique perspective, their own unique approach, but they all agree on one thing. Achieving balance is not only possible, it's essential. First off, let's hear from the industry experts. They tell us that balance isn't about trying to squeeze more hours into the day. It's about making the most of the hours we have. It's about being mindful and intentional with our time. It's about setting boundaries and sticking to them. It's about recognizing that work is a part of life, not the entirety of it. Psychologists, on the other hand, bring a different angle to the table. They remind us that balance is not a static state, it's dynamic. It ebbs and flows, changes with the seasons of our lives. It's about being flexible and adaptable, about being kind to ourselves when we tip too far in one direction and celebrating when we tip back. They encourage us to look at balance as a journey, not a destination. Here's an interesting tidbit from the world of psychology. Balance is as much about our minds as it is about our schedules. It's about cultivating a mindset of balance, of harmony. It's about learning to manage our stress and our expectations. It's about understanding that balance isn't perfect symmetry. It's about finding what feels right for us individually. Now let's turn our attention to the successful professionals. These are the people who've managed to navigate the choppy waters of work and life and have come out on the other side. They tell us that balance is about prioritizing. It's about identifying what truly matters to us and making sure those things get our time and attention. It's about learning to say no, about delegating, about asking for help when we need it. They remind us that balance isn't a one-size-fits-all concept. It looks different for everyone. One professional shared this nugget of wisdom. Balance is about taking care of ourselves. It's about making sure we're eating well, sleeping well, moving our bodies. It's about taking time for ourselves, for our hobbies, for our loved ones. It's about recognizing that we can't pour from an empty cup. We need to take care of ourselves before we can take care of anything else. Another echoed this sentiment, adding that balance is also about finding joy. It's about finding moments of happiness and contentment, even in the midst of chaos. It's about acknowledging our accomplishments, no matter how small. It's about taking time to breathe, to rest, to recharge. It's about remembering that life is meant to be lived, not just survived. So what's the takeaway? Well, it seems that achieving work-life balance is both an art and a science. It requires self-awareness, discipline, and a clear understanding of our priorities. It's about being mindful and intentional, about being flexible and adaptable. It's about setting boundaries and sticking to them. It's about taking care of ourselves and finding joy in the everyday. But perhaps most importantly, it's about recognizing that balance is a personal journey. It's about finding what works for us, what feels right for us. It's about creating a life that not only looks good on paper, but feels good in our hearts. It seems that achieving work-life balance is both an art and a science, requiring self-awareness, discipline, and a clear understanding of our priorities. Theories and expert insights are great, but how can we apply these principles in our daily lives? This question is what we're going to tackle in this segment. Let's dive in with our first practical strategy, setting boundaries. In today's world, where work and home life often overlap, it's crucial to establish clear lines. Think of it as creating your own personal do not disturb sign. For example, you might decide that after a certain hour you won't check work emails or take business calls. It's about giving yourself permission to switch off from work mode and engage fully with your personal life. However, boundaries are not just about time. They also apply to your mental space. It's easy to let work thoughts creep in when you're trying to relax or spend time with loved ones. Here, mindfulness techniques can be useful. When you notice your mind wandering to work, gently guide your thoughts back to the present moment. Our second strategy is prioritizing tasks. Not all tasks are created equal. Some are vital and urgent, while others can be postponed or even eliminated. To help you sort through your to-do list, you can use a tool like the Eisenhower matrix. This divides tasks into 4 categories: important and urgent, important but not urgent, not important but urgent, and not important and not urgent. By categorizing tasks in this way, you gain clarity on what needs your immediate attention and what can wait. It also helps you identify tasks that can be delegated or removed from your list altogether. Remember, it's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. Next, we look at using technology effectively. We live in an age where there are apps and tools for virtually everything, including achieving work-life balance. These can range from time-tracking apps that help you understand how you're spending your time to project management tools that streamline your work processes. However, the key here is not to become over-reliant on technology. It's a tool to aid you, not a crutch to lean on. Be discerning about the apps and tools you use. If something is causing more stress than it's worth, it might be time to let it go. Another aspect of using technology effectively is knowing when to unplug. Sure, it's great to be connected, but constant connectivity can lead to burnout. So set aside some tech-free time each day. This can be as simple as turning off notifications during dinner or choosing to read a book before bed instead of scrolling through your phone. And finally, remember to be kind to yourself. Work-life balance is a journey, not a destination. Some days you'll get it right, other days you might struggle. That's okay. The key is to keep trying, keep adjusting, and keep learning. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, the fear of missing out, or FOMO. It's easy to feel like you're missing out when you're not constantly on. But here's the thing. By trying to do everything, we risk doing nothing well. So embrace the power of saying no. Not every opportunity is worth pursuing, and not every task needs your immediate attention. In conclusion, achieving work-life balance is about more than just managing your time. It's about setting boundaries, prioritizing what matters, using technology wisely, and being kind to yourself. It's about understanding that work and life are not opposing forces, but parts of a whole. Remember, the goal isn't to create a rigid divide between work and life, but rather to ensure that they complement and enrich each other. So, let's strive for harmony, not balance. Because in harmony, we find fulfillment, satisfaction, and the ability to thrive both at work and in life. Are you familiar with the term FOMO? It stands for fear of missing out, and it's a common problem in our hyper-connected world. We're constantly bombarded with updates about what everyone else is doing, achieving, and experiencing. And it's easy to feel like we're falling behind, but here's the key. FOMO is driven by comparison, and comparison is not a helpful tool when we're trying to achieve balance. Why? Because balance is a personal journey. What works for someone else might not work for you. So instead of comparing your progress to others, focus on your own path. Embrace your unique journey and celebrate your personal victories, no matter how small they may seem. And remember, it's okay to say no. In fact, it's more than okay, it's necessary. Saying no to one thing means saying yes to something else. It might mean saying yes to rest, to quality time with loved ones, or to that passion project you've been putting off. So don't be afraid to say no. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. It shows that you know your limits and value your well-being. And ultimately, that's what achieving balance is all about. So let's be bold in saying no. Let's be brave in pursuing our own path. And let's be balanced in our approach to life. Balance is not a one-time achievement, but a continuous process. As we move forward on this journey, we're going to delve deeper into the ongoing practice of maintaining work-life balance. In our next episode, we'll explore how to sustain this equilibrium over the long haul. We all know life isn't a smooth ride. It's full of peaks and valleys. When the inevitable setbacks come, how do we handle them without losing our balance? We'll answer this question by sharing practical advice and proven methods to help you navigate through the stormy seas of professional and personal life. But maintaining work-life balance isn't just about dealing with the rough patches. It also involves constantly reassessing and tweaking our strategies to suit our evolving needs and circumstances. We'll discuss how to stay flexible and adaptive, ensuring that the scales of our lives remain in harmony. Join us next time as we continue our journey towards mastering work-life balance. Until then, stay balanced.